Eli.
Eli, thank you. Good morning. It's Monday, November 7th. We're going to have a cold week where it's going to get below freezing. Actually, if you've looked at the mountains, they're covered in snow. So we're getting to winter. Who likes winter here? Anybody like to be out in the snow? Yeah. I heard on the radio this morning there were some school closures up the mountain a little bit more, where the elevation is higher, where it actually, instead of raining, was snowing last night. Super exciting. We're going to have some freezing temperatures this week, but like Mila said, it's actually going to dry out. So a lot of times in Portland, when we get the cold weeks, it's because the the air comes across the land, and so it's not wet, but it's colder. And then when we get the moisture, it comes off the ocean, and the ocean warms it up, and so it's warmer, so it comes down as rain. So it's kind of a trick. When we get the cold weather, we often don't get the snow, but we'll see. And I know that they say there's no snow days online, but I'm going to tell you a secret. If we get snow, I'll call a snow day, and we'll just do fun snow things online all day. Okay.
Oh, wait. So we're gonna be out. Wait. So if there is a snow,
we're not supposed to have snow days, so we'll be on Zoom, but we'll be doing snowy things. Like,
so are we gonna take the Chrome? Oh, are we gonna take the Chromebook outside?
Well, you can take it out to take a picture of your snowman if you make a snowman, but you know.
Oh.
You can't leave it out there because it will get wet.
I need to grab carrots.
Not to right now, silly. Okay, so anyway, this week we're starting up with a whole bunch of things, and I want to go through what we're doing. I also wanted to point out to some people that I want you to come in for math today, because I went over the math lessons, and I think there's still a little bit of misunderstanding, not a lot, but a little bit, on how to multiply and add up decimals. And here's the thing. I know it doesn't seem like much when you're just working with numbers, but there's a huge difference if you're talking about whole cakes versus pieces of cake. You can't mix them, and you can't say one whole cake plus one piece of cake equals 2 cakes. That doesn't make any sense, does it? So we've got to pay attention to decimals. We've got to be very neat and organized and line them up to add them together. So, and we can't just add random decimals in. So these people, I want to make sure you come into math today. And if you don't, you need to send me an email and tell me why. I want Christian, Sophia, Bree, Amoy, David, Jax, Luis. Yeah, that's it. Those people definitely need to be, and Eli and Christian. Yeah, and Anna. You guys definitely need to be at math today, because I'm going to go over a couple of things, and I want to make sure you understand it, because today's our last math assignment for this unit on multiplying decimals. And then tomorrow you have review, and on Wednesday you have your end of unit test. And on Monday we start a whole new unit, and it's going to be on dividing decimals, which, if you ask me, is a lot harder than multiplying decimals. It gets more confusing. If you're not quite on top of this decimal thing, it could make the next chapter really hard. So unless you're getting 100% on all your assignments and you have them all turned in, and you've looked back and seen my comments and they say, great job, perfect, well done, you should probably make sure you come to math today. Okay. Now I'm going to share what we're doing this week. So let's take a look at the calendar. So today is the 7th. Here's our agenda. Let's open that up. We have a new unit today. So you're starting out with the pretest, and then the lesson, similes and metaphors, the mass mission. Then it's an A day for specials and an A day for all of our A book clubs. So we've got the reading cats after our afternoon lesson at 1:30, Heart of Reading, and at 2:30, the Untitled Book Group. And then those guys have finished their book, Percy Jackson. So tonight we have a movie night. Make sure you've read your email and checked with your folks to make sure you have permission to do that. Movie night at 6 o'clock. Zoom in with your popcorn, and we'll watch Percy Jackson together.
Wait. There's a movie night?
Only for the kids in the Untitled Book Club. Sorry. But when you finish a book, if you finish a book that has a movie in your book club, then we can watch the movie together. Okay?
We finished Bad Guys.
I know. I don't know if there's a movie for Bad Guys.
There is on Netflix.
Okay, well, okay. So Eli, send me an email about that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then this afternoon, we have another lesson in science, Falling to Earth. We started that one on Friday, and I decided to give you the whole week to do it. So it's a pretty long lesson. It's like 16 pages long, and then you don't have to submit until Wednesday. But I think it is an assignment, not a quiz. So take a look at that. I want to go now to the language arts unit. and I'm going to go actually into the module because I want to show you how the writing is going to work for this unit. I will present the writing later today, but you'll see that I went ahead and put an assignment up here called Writing for Mod 3, because this one is one of those ones where the writing is all mixed into the module. And then at the end of it, they have you submit it. And what I found out is that a lot of kids miss the assignment. And at the end, they're like, what do you mean we were writing an essay? So I'm saying it to you right now. You have about 3 weeks, a little bit more, to write an opinion-based essay. This is due December 6th, but be careful. The module does not give lots of deadlines. In fact, I think the only thing they ask you to turn in is your plan, and then they never make you turn anything else in. And so it's really easy to think you don't need to be doing it, but you do. So we're starting today. You're going to write an opinion-based essay. The module has a lot of different assignments mixed in. You can see that I said I put the assignments at the bottom of the page. So here are the pages in the module that do all the writer's workshop and the prompt and all that stuff. Here's what the module has you write about. Would you agree or disagree that Genevieve in the story is a creative person? I actually think that's kind of a boring topic. You're welcome to write about that if you like that topic. But I found that kids write a lot better opinion-based essays when they're allowed to choose a topic they care about, like all kids should have cell phones for these 3 reasons, or parents should spend more time with their children, or it's unfair to make older kids take care of younger kids, or all kids should have a pet, right? So these topics are things you probably care a lot more about than whether Genevieve is a creative person. If you want to write the one in the book, you can, but you don't have to write about that prompt. You may choose your own opinion-based essay topic. Any questions about that? I'm going to be teaching lessons on how to do this. So I'm going to have a lesson today on how to generate ideas for essays. It's a little different than generating ideas for stories. Nora?
So do we submit it on December 6th, or
Yes.
is that just like?
Yes. So
Okay.
that's like a whole month from now, right?
Yeah.
But remember that this is no school November. So you have 3 days of school this week. You have 2 days of school on the week that Thanksgiving's in.
Oh,
So you have a lot of crazy weeks. Yes, Eli.
Are we gonna have a school day wait. I'm trying to think what it's called again. Thanksgiving.
No, silly. I just told you only have 2 days of school that week.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought the 2 days were.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach these lessons, record them, and then I'll post them here the way I did on the narrative one, where you'll have the lesson right here. But right now I don't have these lessons recorded, so I'll start posting them here. At the end, you'll submit it. Here are the pages. We'll talk about that this afternoon at 12:20. And we'll still be reading our read aloud, our crazy read aloud. It's a little bit of a crazy read aloud. Do you guys like that book? American Born Chinese? I'm not seeing thumbs up. I find kids like it better than I like it. It's not my favorite book. All right, here we go. So here's Mod 3. Today you're doing this pretest. It's just the normal pretest. And then this lesson, Similes and Metaphors. And actually this lesson does not have, at least I couldn't find, a really big story. I don't think they present the story till next week. So they challenge you to make a mask, and they talk about context clues again. That's kind of repetitive. We've done that before. Reading corner, the masked mission. So they do say the name of the book. But I don't think they put the whole story in here until the next lesson. So it's a little wonky. It's 11 pages long. Interpreting similes and metaphors. We've talked about those before. Here they are, and here it is. No, here is the story. It's on page 5. So the masked mission, this is your big story that everything's going to be kind of based off of this unit. Please don't forget to read the masked mission, because that's super important. In fact, we could read through it right now, but I'm not sure we're going to have time. Well, maybe we'll have time. Let's just take a quick look at the rest of the unit, and then we'll read through that on page 5. So here's Writer's Workshop. It always starts with one page that's about grammar, and that's important to read. Conjunctions. They're teaching you what a conjunction is. Make sure you know that at the end of the unit. When I ask you, I want you to be able to answer that. What's your opinion? They talk about forming an opinion. Then this is kind of funny because here they do this big, this basically tells you everything you need to know about writing your essay. But it's like here on page 7, and they don't make a big deal out of it. And you're going to need to know this stuff. So I'm going to go through this in detail. The structure of a 5-paragraph essay. How many of you have been taught how to write a 5-paragraph essay in 4th grade? You should have learned it. No? No raising of hands? Okay. So the thing about a 5-paragraph essay is it's not really a magic formula. It's almost like a recipe for writing. But the truth is, if you learn how to write a good 5-paragraph essay, it will get you into college and take you through college. It's a format that you can put your thoughts into that's very organized, and it helps you to write all the way through school. So learning how to structure your 5-paragraph essay is super important. We're going to be talking about that all week. And then on Wednesday, we'll write together something called the ice cream essay. I always write it every year with my kids. And it's just to teach you the formula of a 5-paragraph essay. And everyone cares about ice cream, so it's a good topic. Here they talk about the writing process. But the funny thing is they tell you brainstorming and getting an idea is part of it. And then they tell you the idea, which kind of takes that away from you, right? Again, if you want to write about Genevieve and why she's creative, you are welcome to do so. And then it says write 4 simple sentences. So that's not really anything to do with it. And then it says, what did I learn? Lesson summary. And then they give you a quiz. So the problem with the unit is, even though it tells you you're supposed to have gotten an idea and started writing, they don't make you turn it in. So it's confusing. Okay. So this one's just a quiz at the end. Your quiz isn't due, I think, until tomorrow. Let's look at the agenda again, but I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. In fact, let's look at the week at a glance to see what we're doing this week. So here we go. So here's the week at a glance. Yeah, you have the pretest and lesson 1 today. You submit your quiz for lesson 1 tomorrow. So whenever it says due, that's the lesson, and submit is when you submit it. And then tomorrow or on Wednesday, we're going to work together on that 5-paragraph essay. Math, you're doing 409 today. You are doing the review tomorrow, and you don't have to submit the discussion-based assessment, that thing where you're supposed to reflect on the unit, but make sure you do the review so that you're comfortable taking the test on Wednesday. And then you take the assessment on Wednesday. If you're ready to do the assessment tomorrow, that's fine. So math, we're just kind of finishing up that unit. And then in science, you're doing lesson 602, the one I introduced to you on Friday, and you're submitting the assignment on Wednesday. We'll go over that assignment today to make sure we know what that is. That's all we're doing today. Then we have a whole week next week of school. And then the week after that, look at that, only 2 days of school, Eli. And then there's Thanksgiving. And you guys actually, the day after Thanksgiving, Monday, you don't have school. I do, but you don't. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days off. Woo, it's like a mini vacation, isn't it? All right, I'm going to stop my share right now. So I'm never sure if you guys want me to read the stories from the chapter out loud, or if you're going to be sure and do it on your own. You cannot skip the stories because that's what all the questions are based on, all the quizzes. And they have that same story throughout the unit. Sometimes they add to it, but that's the one about Genevieve. How many people want me to start reading that story out loud right now? I see a few. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a chance to either leave the meeting or go into breakout rooms and work with a partner, or stay with me and I'll read the chapter. Okay. So I'll assign the breakout rooms. I'll let you choose a breakout room if you want to. And you can stay or you can go. Here we go. So the breakout rooms are now open. You can go in there with a partner and work on the unit. You can leave the meeting. Make sure you come back for math, and I'm going to share my screen and read that story. So here we go. This is the big story for the unit. Page 5, I think it was. Let's see if it was page 5. The masked mission. Here it is. Okay. Bless you. Table, let's see here. Tip, good readers use context clues to find the meaning of unfamiliar words. That means just looking at how it's used in the sentence. Chapter 1, Mardi Gras. Anybody hear of Mardi Gras before? It's a big holiday they do in New Orleans, which I've never been to, but it sounds really cool. Chapter 2, the first clue. Chapter 3, the second clue, and then a glossary. Looks like a mystery. Chapter 1, Mardi Gras. All I need is my umbrella and I'll be ready for the parade, announced Carolina on Mardi Gras morning. It was Carolina and her friend Genevieve's first time going to the Mardi Gras parade in New Orleans. I'm so excited that I can hardly contain myself, explained Carolina as she picked up the masquerade mask that Genevieve had made for her. Look at that. Isn't that cool? You're so creative and thoughtful. You have a heart of gold. This mask is beautiful. The green and gold sparkles are great. The real icing on the cake are the peacock feathers you added. Do you guys see what they've put in this story? A lot of similes and metaphors. Real icing on the cake. You have a heart of gold. The girls were best friends, like two peas in a pod, and had been looking forward to celebrating Mardi Gras for weeks. Carolina's costume was bright as a button, so she was sure to stand out. I hope we win a prize at the Mardi Gras scavenger hunt, said Genevieve. I want to be like my parents who both completed the annual hunt. I would like to be in the same boat as them. They've kind of overdone the similes and metaphors, in my opinion. Tip, good readers use context clues. Okay, chapter 2, the first clue. Look at the wonderful costumes and bright colors, gasped Carolina. The girls were at the starting line of the scavenger hunt. As they put on their masks, a man in stilts walked over to them. We're going to have to watch a video of Mardi Gras because it is very cool. People are all dressed up and walking on the stilts. Good luck in the hunt, he said. Your first clue is to find a float that needs some flair, a float where color is not there. Glitter, paint, and feathers too. What you do is up to you. This was music to Genevieve's ears. This is a perfect challenge for you, Carolina. You love painting. Both girls looked around them. Everywhere they looked were bright colors and costumes. Where are we going to find a float that needs color? Carolina cried. She looked down at her feet in sadness. At that moment, she noticed a trail of glitter, paint, and feathers. Come on, she shouted to Genevieve as she blazed a trail like a tornado through the crowd. The glitter led her around a corner and into a parking lot. There was a small float, clean as a whistle with no decorations at all. Carolina quickly got to work with her paintbrush. Genevieve watched in awe as the once bare float was turned into a work of art. A small crowd had formed to view the float. A young boy came forward with gleaming eyes and handed them their next clue. He declared that float is definitely a diamond in the rough. Smiling, Carolina and Genevieve opened the next clue. I wanted to see how they decorated it. Chapter 3, the second clue. It's time to be light as a feather. Stick with the group and dance together, Carolina read out loud. Both girls were quiet as mice as they thought about what the clue could mean. Just then, the girls heard the beat of drums. I recognize that music. It's the traditional music played in the Mardi Gras parade. I was practicing the beat on my drums at home. Let's follow the beat and see where it leads, said Genevieve. The girls took off running toward the sounds and were stopped by a parade of dancers. This must be it, blurted Genevieve. We must have to dance with the group. Carolina, you're such a great dancer. You can do this. Carolina stomped and swayed to the beat. She was having so much fun that she almost didn't notice an older woman holding out a card to her. Enthusiastically, she took the card and read it out loud. Make your way to the finish line to receive your prize. Let's go. Both girls ran toward the finish line. I wonder if this Mardi Gras scavenger hunt is a real thing. Sounds fun. At the finish line, the girls were met by a man wearing a large gold crown and sitting on the float that Carolina had decorated. Congratulations, he said as he threw beads that sparkled like diamonds and gold doubloons for them to catch. You worked together and used your artistic abilities to succeed, he said. He's right, agreed Carolina. If it weren't for you recognizing the parade music, we might not have finished the scavenger hunt. Also, the masks you created helped us really get into the Mardi Gras spirit. Your talented dancing and painting helped us too, replied Genevieve. We are both artistic and used our skills to get through the scavenger hunt. I don't know about you, but now I'm hungry. How about some crawfish gumbo to celebrate? Absolutely, said Carolina. A trip to the bayou would not be complete without gumbo. Yum. And here's the end. Oh, where is the end? I guess that's it.
Gumbo.
That's it. It went to the next page, didn't it? Or no, where'd it go? Just disappeared. Gumbo is yummy. Have you ever had gumbo? It's kind of rice with like, it's spicy and has tomato sauce in there and seafood
Yeah, I've been
and
to,
okra. It's so delicious.
I've had gumbo.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, tomorrow morning, I'll show you guys a little video of Mardi Gras. I have to find one that's safe though, because the women don't wear very many clothes at some Mardi Gras celebrations. I think Mardi Gras is to celebrate the start of a Catholic holiday called Lent, where they give up everything. And so they have like a wild party beforehand for like a last hurrah before they give things up. So, but I'm not Catholic. I don't really celebrate it myself. Anyway, it looks like fun. So I will try to find a video for you guys. It's time in 10 minutes to go to specials. You can go to the breakout rooms. You can hang here with me and ask questions, but I'm going to stop the recording. Okay.